had no idea if when we went up as high as this thing went, if it was gonna be like one of those like, oh my God experiences where you're like, you literally have like a pit in your stomach and you're just like, oh my God, this is not gonna work. I wasn't sure what would happen there.
Fear stops us from achieving our true greatness. Are you a professional woman who is feeling stuck, unmotivated, or burned out? Are you worried about your wellness? Are you letting fear stop you from crushing your goals? If you answered yes to any or all of these, then this is the podcast for you. Dr. Charmaine Gregory, night shift emergency physician, burnout thriver, and wellness champion, along with everyday heroes just like you, will explore how to face fear in our lives and emerge victoriously.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode. Be sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get notified when the next video comes out. It only takes 2 seconds to make 2 clicks. So let's do it. Let's get back to the video. Hello. So, unconventional episode today. Going to be coming to you from the beach in Bali. Now, this is Seminyak, which is one of the kind of, I guess, I don't know, high-end type beach towns. A lot of expatriates are living here, and it's been really cool. But here's the deal. We were staying at a villa that literally is maybe 100, maybe 150 feet away from this beach club and this beach, and we had no idea. We literally were just walking in the street, and my husband came across a lady from the Netherlands actually, and she was basically like, did you guys know that there are beach clubs here? And my husband was basically saying that he did not know, and then she recommended this one. So today we came to check it out, and there's the beach club behind me, and obviously there's the ocean, right? And we can, from here, we can see the 400-foot statue of GWK. We can also see the airport out there. I can see planes landing. Pretty cool. And so I know that if you're not watching the video, you're not seeing some of this stuff, but I wanted to kind of describe to you. I know you can hear the waves crashing and hitting the shore. I know that you can hear all of those kinds of sounds. And if you're watching the video, you can definitely see the beach club in the background. And I'm gonna see if I can get it to show, but like behind me here, you have all the things I was describing. And it's very difficult probably for you to see GWK, but it's far in the distance. From here, that dot right there is GWK, which is a 400-foot statue. And you can actually go up into the top of it. It's pretty amazing. We didn't get a chance to go to the top because the day that we went to go there was, we were so close to the last tour that we were unable to participate. But yeah, no, Bali has been such a really cool experience. And in this talking about, you know, facing fear and doing things that are pretty cool. I mean, we've done some pretty neat activities as a family. Like we went to the Living Museum, Samsara Living Museum, and we were able to participate in a Balinese cooking class, which was amazing. The Balinese cooking class, we learned how to make ayam, and we learned how to prepare vegetables that came from the jungle, which is absolutely incredible. What I absolutely love about this place and what the people do is they take advantage of all of the resources. So they use the coconuts for everything. Like literally, I just had a young coconut. I had the coconut water out of it, and the straw was made from rice. So it was a rice straw. And the other day I had a cassava straw. So they're aware of the need to have things that are biodegradable, and, you know, trying our very best not to contaminate the oceans, because there's just so much There's so much garbage that we produce as humans, and I didn't really think too much about this until I moved to an island. And when you live on an island, there is always an issue of where does the garbage get disposed of. And my fear is always that, we're going to do so in an improper fashion, and it's going to cause some serious problems for ourselves and for the animals that live in the ocean. So that's just something that I have become more aware of over the time that we've lived on the island. And we come to other islands and we appreciate that. We are always looking to see how do people deal with the resources that they have and what do they do. And here they use bamboo for everything, which is amazing. Like, they use bamboo for like heavy duty structures, like the scaffolding when they're doing construction. They use bamboo for that. They use bamboo for pretty much everything. And they also use every part of the coconut. We learned when we went to the Balinese cooking class, which, by the way, was a hit with our preteen, tween, and teen, which is remarkable because usually it's very difficult to get them to agree on anything, much less to like something. So that was incredible. But anyway, we learned that you can actually use coconuts to make coal. So they use coconut to make coal. They use the banana leaf to serve the food because it provides a layer that does not have any, it's non-porous. So essentially it's water resistant, which is really cool because you can serve liquids inside of it and it won't leak out. They just do a really excellent job with that. But in speaking to fears, right? So one of the things that we learned is that whenever we travel, we do really make it a point, and I think I talked about this a little bit in the last episode of a Balinese vacation podcast. And I mentioned that one of the things that I always tell the children, and I tell myself also, is that the whole point of traveling and going to another place and learning about another culture really is to make sure that, we understand that humans are very, very similar. We really only have some basic needs, right? One of them is we want to be able to leave the place better than we saw it, right? So we want to be able to contribute to our surroundings. We want to love and we want to be loved. And that's basically it, right? We have some form of spirituality, whether that is no spirituality or, whatever predilection that you choose for your spiritual following, but there's always some semblance of something, right? And so no matter what language you speak, it always boils down to the same thing, which is really, really cool. And the more you travel and the more you talk to people and the more you experience other people's cultures, is the better that understanding becomes and the deeper it becomes. And so, one of the ways in which you can definitely expand your horizons and become more of a Renaissance person is by going to more places and talking to more people, right? So one of the biggest things that we always, basically drill into our children is that we want to make sure that wherever we go, we are eating the local fare, right? We want to eat the local foods. We want to experience that whole experience. We want to talk to the people. We want to see how they live. We want to just get another perspective. And one of the things that we really appreciated, particularly when we went to Samsara, to the Living Museum, is being shown the circle of life, the Balinese circle of life, and the different stations, and how positivity is encouraged and negativity is something that you try your very best to avoid, and how applicable that is to our life, right? How applicable it is to the karma that we experience and that we exude, because the more positive energy we bring into ourselves and we put out into the universe, the better it will be for the people that are immediately around us, for us. And so I loved it that they do all these things, particularly even when the woman is pregnant. They are constantly talking about how can she relay positive energy to the baby and allow and basically pray and do things for the baby so that the baby's life will have a positive outcome and that they will have really positive things happening. And that is just amazing. I love it. And so, we have been telling our kids, like, there are many times when you may feel like negativity is creeping in, but if you really try to focus on gratitude, if you focus on being thankful for all of the things that we have been given, it allows us to take in that positive energy, put positive energy out, and it is just something like a very positive ripple effect, which is great. So one of the things, like I said, facing fear, is acknowledging that and always looking to step outside our comfort zone and trying new things. So we've tried a lot of the local dishes. We really like crispy duck, which is really good. And we had some in Ubud, and that was at Tebasari Resto. It was so delicious. Oh my goodness. We went there twice. And, we got a chance to eat on the beach in, I'm going to forget, I've forgotten the name of the village now. It's not Karabokan. It is Jimbaran. We ate on the beach in Jimbaran, and we did so at Ganesha, which was amazing. It reminded me so much of a place in Jamaica called Liko Ochi. It's a restaurant right on the beach, and literally you can go there and you can pick the seafood that you want, and then you tell them how you want to prepare it. This restaurant is exactly like that. So we went, we picked our squid, we picked our fish, and they made the most delectable, absolutely delicious, absolutely scrumptious. I don't know what other adjective to use, but so good. We had this and it was amazing to just sit down and eat at the beach and just hear the ocean in the background, and then we were able to see the sunset one of the times we went there. It was absolutely amazing. So, these are just the things, like, it's hard to really describe them, but, I'm a huge proponent of whenever we make that first decision to step out beyond our comfort zone, face our fear, do something that's a little bit uncomfortable every single day, amazing things happen. And this is an example. Like, we're on vacation and we're just making the most of the vacation. We're learning about the Balinese people, we're learning about Balinese food, we are like experiencing the island, we are growing as a family, and it's just been absolutely amazing. So we did have a situation where one of our children, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode, maybe I did, I'm not sure, but we had gone to do motorsports the other day, and one of our children was very afraid of the jet ski. She was not comfortable, she'd never done jet skiing before, and she was very skeptical about going out to do that. And she did it anyway. I went out with her. I was on one jet ski with one of the hosts, and she was on the other jet ski with the other host. And she, despite her fear, she tried it, she did it. And then as a family, later on that day, we faced our fear as a family, because I had no idea if when we went up as high as this thing went, if it was gonna be like one of those like, oh my God experiences where you're like, you literally have like a pit in your stomach and you're just like, oh my God, this is not gonna work. I wasn't sure what would happen there, but we decided we were gonna try parasailing as a family. And so boom, we did it, right? We all went up, we went out on this boat to the boat that was already docked, and then we got up there and we parasailed together. So my husband and one of our children went up, and then I went up with the other two afterwards. And we were so high up in the air, and we got on a chance to see the whole entire side of the island, and it was amazing, absolutely amazing. Did not get sick, I did not get nauseous, I did not feel as though, the brackets were gonna break or anything like that. All of the things that are fear invoking, none of that actually happened. And It was absolutely breathtaking, absolutely amazing. It was great to be able to face that fear with my children, and it was great for us to face that fear as a family because it just really helped us to grow closer together. And so I'm telling you these stories because these are things that can be applicable to life. The more we know about a thing, a place, a people, is the better understanding we have. The better understanding we have is the more comfortable we feel. The more comfortable we feel is the better we can relate to each other. And so that is why I personally absolutely love to travel, and I am super, super, super excited that things are opening up and we're able to travel as a family again, because I'm telling you that it was rough for us not to be able to travel together over the last year and a half, and we are just super excited to be able to do that. So I'm just very grateful for the opportunity to have this particular vacation with my family and to be able to come to Bali and enjoy Bali for our first time, but I'm pretty positive that this will not be our last time. And I just encourage you, if you have a fear that you are facing right now that is holding you back from your true greatness, I encourage you to take some steps towards facing that fear, because as long as the fear is not something that's going to cause you bodily harm or harm to other people, it is definitely worth pushing yourself and getting to that place where you're able to face it. Because when we face our fears, then incredible things happen. I promise you. I'm living proof, and there are many other examples of living proof of that particular situation, because it is reality. So this was a very different podcast episode. It definitely was off the cuff. I don't have any Wi-Fi. I'm literally just recording the video, and then I will transpose it later. So hopefully the audio is not too horrible. And I am so grateful for you as an audience for being a part of this world with me, and for having the courage to face your fear and do so boldly. Because as I always say, on the other side of facing fear is always greatness. So this is Dr. G, and I hope that you will be strong, be brave, and unleash your greatness. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Fearless Freedom with Dr. G. Again, I'm Dr. G. And if you like this episode, be sure to subscribe so that you can get notified of when the next episode is going to be. And also, I'll catch you next time. Have a great one. Be strong, be brave, and unleash your greatness.